What's up, guys? Frugal BC today. I have some great news about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they are both pumping, as is the whole market. We're going to get into that on today's Frugal BC. What's up, guys? Frugal BC coming at you with another episode, and today we are talking about Ethereum hitting all-time highs. This is crazy. I love this. Bitcoin is pumping. Surprise overnight. Didn't see it coming, but it's awesome that it is. And then Ethereum has really gone to town and has actually hit all-time highs. So we're just going to get right into it. And I'm going to talk about some strategies for taking advantage of this. Not yet, but soon. For that, love you to hit that like and subscribe button. If you do that, really supports the channel and gives you the latest in crypto news and crypto experiments. As you know, I do a lot of experiments on this channel with stuff like Yieldy, Cake DeFi, all kinds of fun stuff like that. And I've been talking a lot about Algorand governance. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can keep track of all that great crypto info. But before let's get into it, let me share my screen. Let's talk about what's going on. This is CoinMarketCap. And as I'm speaking right now, Bitcoin is at $66,000, not an all-time high. It has hit 67,000 and some change. So we're about 1,000 away from all-time high, and that is a huge, as you can see from the little chart here, I'm circling it right here. That's a big move up, very, very recent big move up. Basically Sunday, all of Sunday, it's been moving up. But the bigger news to me is Ethereum is just shy of 48,000. That is an all-time high. It has never been that high before. It has gone up 3.78% in the last 24 hours and 11.86% in the last 7 days. So that is really, really good. And we're seeing a lot of green on all the charts, you know, a little bit in the 7-day going down for stuff like Binance Coin and Solana. You know, we're finally seeing some decent numbers for Cardano. I think that's worth pointing out. But even in the 7-day, we are almost all green. So except for Shiba. Oh, Shiba's had a drop. Shiba kind of jumped everyone else. But even Dogecoin is up. Polkadot's going up. XRP going up. You know, this is all top 10 stuff. And the other one I want to talk about real quick is Algorand is over $2. So all my Algorand fans out there, this is great stuff. So this is big. So what should be happening is Bitcoin. We're going to see Bitcoin top out. A lot of people think around the $100,000 to $120,000 range. And then that's going to crash before the end of the year. Following that will be the altcoin season. I'm not 100% sure if they're not going to coincide. I think Bitcoin was supposed to pump much, much earlier and hasn't. So the delay in Bitcoin might lead to them coinciding with the altcoin pump. And originally it was supposed to be Bitcoin pumped, and then when Bitcoin started going down, the other altcoins are going to pump too. But I think we're going to see bigger numbers on all these before we hit that crash. So I'm going to go back. Anyway, I just want to share that with you, and then I want to talk about the strategies for this. So I'm not giving you financial advice, just so we get that out of the way. But what I do want you guys to think about is taking profits. So this is what I'm going to do for each coin that I have set a price target by which I will start taking profits. Now, what does that mean? For Bitcoin, when it gets to in the 70 range, I haven't decided exactly how much, but once it gets in the 70 range, I'm going to sell off 10%. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to sell it and take cash. I'm going to trade it into a stable coin. And as it keeps going up, when it hits 80, when it hits the 90s, when it hits the hundreds, I'm going to sell off more and more of it. I'm not going to sell all of it, but I'm going to sell a very significant portion of it into dollar coins. I'm going to keep track of what I'm doing too into stable coins. And I'm going to do this for all of them. So I have targets for Ethereum. I have targets for Cosmos, all of them. I develop a series of targets. And when the target is such that I am going to make a profit, and this is why I'm not going to tell you exact numbers, because I think you guys should do it on your own, because I don't know what you bought at. So Algorand, I bought at very cheap prices, most of it. A lot of it was in the 30 to 40 cents range. Obviously, it's $2 now. I had The first time it hit $2, I sold off a bunch and then I bought back in and had money left over to buy other projects. I bought some extra Algorand, but I also bought some other things. And it's pumping again, but now $2 might be cheap. So I'm going to wait for longer on that. The only one I want to talk numbers on is Bitcoin, because I think a lot of us are in somewhat the same boat, that we've been buying slowly throughout the years. So 60,000, even 66,000 right now, that represents a profit right now. But I'm going to let it go up a little higher into the 70s before I touch any profits on Bitcoin. Ethereum, I'm not sure, because some of it is dictated by the fact that I switched over to ETH2 and Coinbase, which I now think maybe wasn't the smartest idea. I should have left it in ETH1 so I could trade it, but it is what it is. It will be releasing in November, so it should happen on time. I'm expecting that to happen on time, so I'll still be able to take some profits. And so people will say, when I talk about taking profits, they'll say like, well, what about if this doesn't happen? Well, then I just don't take profits. So if Bitcoin never gets above 67 and it just drops back down to like 20 or 25 or whatever, that's going to be an opportunity where I'm going to start buying. So I just never do the sell-off. I just go right to the buying in the bear market, because this is what I'm talking about when I say take profits. It's temporary. It's you take the profits, and then when we go back to the bear market, which will starting early next year, probably a little earlier for Bitcoin, at least that's what the experts looking at the stock to flow model and the golden bull ratio show, and the charts make sense to me. So that's the plan. But then once we're in the bear market, I buy back in. So that's what you want to do too. Now, again, I'm not giving you financial advice. You want to research this stuff on your own. Make sure this is something you're comfortable with. And if you've been buying high, if you're in the very beginning of Bitcoin accumulation or any coin accumulation, this might not be the best strategy right now, because a perfectly legit strategy is to not do any profit taking. Maybe just hold off when the market is really high like it is now, and then start buying in when the bear market kicks in again. That's a legit strategy, and it will earn you money in crypto. It just won't earn you as much as taking profits. And by the way, the other thing about this taking profit stuff is that I'm not talking about doing this all the time. This is like once every 4 years, because we're in a 4-year, so we tend to be in a 4-year cycle. It's based on the halvening. So after the halvening, there's a bear market and there's a run up, and then it really hits a peak. There's a peak period, and then there's a bear market until the next halvening. So this is like a once every 4-year thing when you have this extreme bull market. We've had them in 2017. We had them in 2013, was it, I believe? I remember the 2017 one because I was buying Bitcoin. I started buying Bitcoin in 2017, bought a bunch, bought some Ethereum. And then when it pumped, I started seeing some really crazy behavior. People were talking about like borrowing money to buy Bitcoin. I thought, oh boy, FOMO is in full gear. And this means that greed was in full effect. And when greed is in full effect, that's when you want to sell. You don't want to be buying during that period, because that's when things are about to collapse. And it did exactly that. So I made a bunch of money, but what I didn't do, I should have moved those money to stable coins if they were around back then on Coinbase, I'm not sure, or just kept it in a separate fund and just waited, because then there was a great buying opportunities after that. So in the middle of 2018, I should have been buying up again, and I should have kept buying. And now this bull market might put me into I don't have to work range. So, but hopefully we're setting this up for the next run. So that should be the case next run, I think. But anyway, that's my strategy for taking profits. Again, not financial advice. Do this at your own risk and do more research. There's plenty of people talking Bitcoin crypto, Crypto Jeb, Wendio talks a lot about crypto. Wendio talks a lot about taking profits. She's got some great videos on it. Check her stuff out. Otherwise, I'm Frugal BC, and I will see you in the future.